Once again, friends, we talked about salt curing and smoking hog meat the other day and canning sausage and all that. Springtime's coming on, garden season's coming in. Need to think about getting some gardening out if you've got the place to do it. I know a lot of folks live in town, ain't got the means to do so, but you can buy stuff at the farmer's market off these farms and places. In your area, find the local folks that sell produce, that sell meat. These people that sell hog meat, that sell beef. Buy you half of a side of beef, buy you half of a side of hog. Take it home and can it that way. You don't have to, if you're going to have to buy your meat anyway, buy it straight off the farm like that. Support your local farms. That way you know what you got. And you can still do the same process right there, even if you live in an upstairs apartment in town. If you want to do this to provide for your family and your young'uns and know that you're putting something good on the table for them to eat and have something to fall back on in hard times, like we're in right now and probably worse times to come, it's good to know that you've got a ready food source available. Whether it's green beans in a can out of the garden, whether it's homegrown tomatoes, very simple to can. Get you a pressure canner, or you don't have to have one. You can do it old school. There's all different kinds of ways to do for yourself, friends. Our grandparents done it. If it was good enough for them, the old ways of doing stuff, we've got to go back to it. Them old timers was smarter than people give them credit for. Most of them had very little to no actual schooling, education-wise, but they was smart in the ways of knowing how to provide for themselves, raise families anywhere from 7, 8, 10, 12 kids was not uncommon, and fed them good and lived good. They got out and done a day's work and eat anything they wanted. It didn't matter whether it was greasy, fat meat, fat back in their beans, what have you. You get out and do a day's work, you'll work and burn it off. All them old-timers work like mules. You got to have food. You got to have fuel for your body to work on to do a real day's work in the tobacco patch or out in the hayfield slinging square bells and real day's work. If it was good enough for the old-timers, friends, I think it's good enough for us. Go back to the old ways of doing for yourself. You never know when the store's going to run out. It's a crazy world we're living in today. Anything can happen. I mean, just look around at gas prices. Everything we've seen so far. Keep it simple, friends.